Hey guys, welcome to Vapescape UK. I am Dazza78 and today we're going to be doing a review on the Shatterizer by SHATTERIZER.com. Now this was given to me by my friends over at everybodydoesit.co.uk. It's available on their website for $49.99. It's a vaporizer for concentrates and it's a portable vaporizer. So this is how it comes. This is the box. Designed in Canada, made in China. What you get in the box is the Shatterizer, which consists of the borrow cap, the drip tip, the quartz coil, screws onto your heat source. That's the cap in there. Magnetic concentrates container on the bottom. You also get the USB cable, you get one spare coil, but no cap, only one cap. You also get this little dab tool, which you can see that I've been using. It's got concentrates on it. Just to see how it performs, functions, it functions well. Nice little dabber, especially if you haven't got one, that one will sort you out. So, this is the Shatterizer. As I said, it's $49.99. It runs off of one single power source, which you charge via USB. It takes about 2.5 hours from dead to charge, but it lasts a long time, this battery. On the highest heat setting, which is 4.2 volts, this lasts for over 70 hits. So it does last a long time. Right, before we get into the actual vaping, and I am vaping today on the dank extracts. Today we're going to be vaping, no, that's the skunk. We're vaping on the pineapple, and it is pampering. I was trying to think of a word with P to go with pineapple. Pleasurable, pampering is better, isn't it? Okay, let me just show you this before we get going, because then we can vape away. This was the original coil that was on it. I've swapped it to this one because I prefer the performance, and I will tell you why. There's a gap in the middle, and they're spread out one at each side of the chamber. This one, the coils are together, and I just find it's easier to drop the concentrates on and get them to start vaping more evenly, as I just thrown that on the floor. So we're going to have to do an edit while I pick that up because it has got oil in it and I don't want it getting covered in hair. So if we just, you never even knew, did you? Boom, there it is. Okay, so but you only get the one cap. Now these are the QDC coils. I think what really would have been nice, because there are CTEK ceramic coils available, is instead of giving you 2 quartz, to give you 1 quartz, 1 ceramic. That would have been really nice. That would have been king cool, wouldn't it? I like both. I'm happy with both, but it would have been nice to have one of each. So you bang that on like that. Boom, 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 boom. That goes on there. And really, guys, I'll tell you now, that is fucking weird. The balance is really off. I don't like it. You chuck that concentrate container on the bottom, and that's it. That's how it's supposed to be used. I will probably not ever use that for concentrates. I might, but I doubt it. But even if I don't, I still want it on there, because without it, and if you own one, you'll know what I'm saying. Without it, it's not balanced. But let's just show you this concentrates container, because it's a good little container, really. Completely silicone lined. That little sleeve pops out for ease of cleaning, and also they've chucked a bit of silicone on the roof. And they don't always do that, because look, I've got one here that's silicone inside, but there's no little tiny bit of full melt bubble. You can't see it because of the light, but damn, that's a tiny little bit of full melt bubble. There it is. The blondest of blonde hashes for vaporization. So little silicone container, which is nice, comes in very handy, and that's a good strong magnet on that. It may move about a bit, but it takes something to take it off. Speaking of strong, you've got two little silicone rings there which keep the Boro dome on. This is a resin tip here. This resin tip, people, I am telling you. Me, I like to clean everything before and after use. With this tip, I can't get it out. And I've almost lost a thumb and fingernail trying to get it out. And I think by forcing something under it, I'm either going to break it or I'm going to break the Boro. And then it's £8 something for another one. But I would like to get that off. And if you push from, people say push from the inside. I did try pushing from the inside, but that little piece of in the middle felt like it was going to snap right through. So they say get a pin and clean it. Not really for me. I would like to be able to clean it, and I would like to be able to clean this glass the way I would like to. Nevertheless, it's not going to come off in your pocket. Okay, so that is the Shatterizer. It's got pass-through technology, so you charge it on the back and you can use it while it's charging. It's got 3 heat settings. It's 1 button operation, so you know that's a sequence of presses. So to turn it on, it's 5 quick presses, bang, 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 and you'll get a little flashing light just at the top here, just a really tiny light. You've got to look for it. You can also just move the button down slightly with your thumb like that and you'll see it better. And then it's 3 presses to change between, I just turned it off. It's 3 presses to change between heat settings. So your first heat setting is red, which is 3.5 volts, which is 16 watts. And then 3 more presses, it goes up to blue, which is 3.8 volts, which is 19 watts. And 3 more presses, it goes up to white. I'm not even going to bother to, let me see if you can see it, see if it goes to red. You see that? To white, that's 4.2, that's 23.5 watts. So you can vape quite, some people might even want to go up a little bit higher than that. Me personally, no, especially in this sort of device when I'm used to vaping concentrates through convection methods, and that's as high as I would really need to go. So I'm going to load some pineapple rosin in here and we'll check on the performance. Okay guys, we're back. I've loaded a piece of rosin about the size of a grain of rice onto the coils because it's a dip down, because it's a one that you have to just sort of drop it on. My rosin is very sticky, so it's a bit of a process. So I've got it on the middle heat, which is 3.8 volts, and we'll take a hit and we'll check out the performance. With this one you can actually see when it's ready because the vapor starts coming out of the top of the dome. That flavour's really nice. When you're vaping something as clean as this sort of rosin, you want something that's going to give you a nice flavour. The 3.5 volts I don't really use. I like to use this blue setting, and to finish off I will use the high setting just to finish off whatever in the chamber, because when you stop getting vapour, that's when your bowl's finished. Let's take another hit, guys. Whew. That rosin's really good, and the performance on that, it gives you a really good hit. Once you press the button down, you get 15 seconds of continuous heat to the coils. After 15 seconds it's going to cut out, which I like very much in the way the MV1 does. It's very regulated in that it's only going to give you that 15 seconds. And on the middle heat, on the blue setting, you get a real good mixture of flavour and performance. Really good mix. and I used a tiny amount of rosin, and I got 2 really good hits. It's starting to thin out a little now. I'm going to move it up a level. Okay, now with this sort of vape, it's marketed as a portable vape, which it is. It is a portable vape. However, because of the borrow, because of the glass dome, I wouldn't necessarily want to chuck that in my pocket. I would put it in a case. If you had something like that, you could put it in. But even again, then I'm known to break glass. I could carry it in a Stash Logics, something like that. In one of these Riot Pipers that I've got here. I'm actually using the dab mat on the Piper, so I can't show you that at the moment. It's a nice little vape, don't get me wrong. However, because of the glass borrow, this is a personal preference. I wouldn't take this probably on the go with me. Also, another reason I wouldn't want to take it on the go with me is the cloudy glass dome to some people is just going to look like an 80s crack pipe. I'll say it. I know it's not, you know it's not, but it will look to some people just as bad as when you hit the you're hitting a Dynavap with the torch. It just looks, to people that don't know, it looks bad. Another issue, the button gets very hot. To the point I was using it extended on the white setting the other day, and I was having to use my thumbnail to hold it down. I was having to use my thumbnail to hold it down. Some people have a better heat tolerance than others. Mine's actually pretty good. And I still found that with extended use, it got really hot. But I tell you what, guys, for my own personal reasons, I won't have an e-nail set up in my house. I don't really want to be sitting there with a torch and a banger. So I do love concentrates, but I love to vaporize them on stuff like liquid pads and in vaporizers. I think the Puffco pen's very good. I love now I've just got into vaporizing on the MV1. There's no battery on that. Vaporizing on the MV1 via convection. But if you don't have a 200 and something pound vape or a 300 and something pound vape that can do concentrates, if you don't want to have an e-nail set up, if you don't want a piece of glass with a banger and a torch and everything else set up, and you don't want to buy an expensive pen, for 50 quid to use concentrates, I wouldn't take it out with me, but I have been using it around the house and you get really good hits off of it. I think I've gotten really good performance out of a tiny bit of rosin. There are things that could have been better with it, but there's a lot worse. There's a lot worse vaporizers than this. 50 quid, yeah, it's about where it should be. It's honest. That's about where it should be, and it is what it is. It's a £50 vape. I wanted to show you how it worked. This was given to me by the people at Namaste to do a review on, and just to show people how it worked. And I think it is where it should be on the price market. So and you can keep vaping that until you run out of vapor. Okay guys, I'm going to say I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to leave me a comment and subscribe. And if you like the look of that and you want to pick one up for 50 quid, you can get it from everybodydoesit.co.uk, or you can get it from SHATTERIZER.com if you're in another part of the world. I'm going to take one more hit and I'm going to say shine on, people.